1059 and worldwide at DAZN1059.com.
Well, how about it? How y'all are? As the Cajun cook would say, welcome into the show on this Monday in the Bureau, the Farm Bureau Insurance Studio. Farm Bureau Insurance, go with the home team. They are your home team at Farm Bureau Insurance. I got hot coffee in the thermos here and now in my mug from High Point Roasters Coffee in New Albany, Mississippi. Let's see, hot coffee. We got that. All right, so check on that. Got a good connection signal. Yep, broadcasting. Okay, check on that. Of course, Beaver's here, or else you wouldn't be hearing me right now. Okay, so check on that. That's really important. And you're here. So, I mean, check on really everything. Everything except the iPad that I use as in this studio as a soundboard to play. It could be anything. Stuff, usually things that Beaver doesn't like. Usually, not all, a lot of that. Don't have that. Used it in Sunday school class and forgot to bring it back in, so I don't have it. So that might be a little different today, but everything else is a check, and it's a reaction Monday, and we got plenty to react to here with you on this Monday. Lots of ways for you to be a part of it, and I hope you will be. So, hey to you, get on in here if you're on YouTube or Facebook or X. Just comment, post it, click it, and then it all pops up in one nice, neat column right here, and then I can see what you have to say on the live stream there. We can put it on the screen for everyone else to see and kind of chit-chat that way. That's one way to be a part of it. You can also text me, good old-fashioned text message. When's the last time you said that? You can text me on the Country Pleasing text line. The number to text is 885-3776. Country Pleasing sausage on grocery store shelves all around the Southeast. It's the best. The best! And the number to text, again, 885-3776. And call me. Here's another way to be on the show, so we get to hear your voice. Call me on the Junction phone line, Junction Delis all across the state of Mississippi. Fueled by Prince Oil Company. They've been fueling central Mississippi since 1960. That's a while. Number to call so that I can hear your voice, 897-1059. That's it, 897-1059. And I don't have like I told you, the iPad's not in here, so I don't have the little sound thing that normally you hear when we do headlines. But we'll do them right now. Headlines brought to you by the Mortgage Man Group, powered by Illuminate Bank, right here in Mississippi. Anything mortgage related, that's where you want to go. It's who you want to see. Start right there. Look them up online at mortgagemanms.com. Got it? mortgagemanms.com. First up, now, not necessarily a headline, but several up under one big banner right there. But let me just tell you, my humble opinion, that was one of the better football weekends that I've witnessed in a long time. I didn't see every snap of every game, no, but I saw a couple of whole games and a few snaps here and there at the others. And let me just tell you, and it started on Saturday. You had a 34-31 game in Charlotte. Rams come from behind to win. Just incredible. You had a 31-27 win for the Bears on Saturday night, and that was come from behind. They were down what? What was it, like 21-3 at halftime or something like that? But you go, all right, here's the Packers. They always seem to do this in the playoffs. Bears come. I don't know how they came back and won that game the way they did. 25 points in the fourth quarter for Chicago. And in the games yesterday, you had, Bills score right at the end to beat the Jaguars 27-24. Incredible game between the 49ers and Eagles, and 49ers overcoming an injury. And the one I saw the least amount of was because it was late last night doing other stuff was Chargers and Patriots. And Patriots get that win 16-3. But an incredible day of wild card weekend. And you get one more game, that's tonight. Maybe it'll live up to those others. Headline number 2. Here you go. The viability of star Ole Miss quarterback Trinidad Chambliss playing college football in 2026 is headed to court in Mississippi. Dun, dun, dun. That is according to his lawyer. Tom Mars told ESPN in a statement last night that he and a noted Mississippi trial lawyer, William Liston, plan to file suit against the NCAA in state court this week. They're going to sue for a preliminary injunction that will aim to secure Chambliss's eligibility for 26. Liston is also the founder and general counsel for the Grove Collective, Ole Miss's collective for the school's athletes. And so there's that. They're going to. I told you this as soon as it came out last week. Everyone's like, "Oh, they denied him." Look, they're going to sue. They're going to tie it up. He'll play while they're waiting on it. I mean, there it is. And so they'll file it this week after they get their paperwork together. It's all pretty obvious, but it's the irony is not lost on me. And I'll say this and then move on to a headline that State Grad 98 is interested in. The irony is not lost on me that a decade ago, right at 10 years ago, Ole Miss fans hated with a passion Tom Mars. Because 10 years ago, Tom Mars was representing Houston Nutt against Ole Miss and Hugh Freeze, wanting to clear his name, and he wanted a public apology, and they settled it out of court, and he got his apology. But I remember 10 years ago, they hated Tom Mars. I heard one Ole Miss fan on the radio say he's turned himself into a cartoon character. And now, just a short 10 years later, he's a knight in shining armor, which maybe lends a little credence to that old saying. Remember that old saying? Everybody despises a lawyer till you need one. In this case, I guess that's the same is true for Ole Miss. And then finally, headline number 3. Here you go, State Grad. Alex Bregman has agreed to a 5-year, $175 million deal with the Cubs. The Cubs! Former LSU Tiger. Former Houston Astro, right? Former Boston Red Sox. Third baseman Alex Bregman and the Chicago Cubs agreed to a 5-year, $175 million contract this weekend. And those are your headlines brought to you by the Mortgage Man Group, powered by Illuminate Bank right here in Mississippi. Find them online, mortgagemanms.com. Yeah, the first text I got today, State Grad 98, on the Country Pleasing text line. He said, how about my Cubbies signing Bregman? Big time. Hey, and just for laughs, State Grad, because I know you'll laugh at it, I want you to go look up when the Cubs were playing the Cleveland Indians in the World Series a few years ago, and Mike Leach was coaching still at Washington State, and in one of his press conferences, they asked him about the Cubs and the Indians and who he was rooting for, and he went on a little bit of a rant, which included calling out people who say what you just said, my Cubbies. It's just for fun. Go look it up. Now, speaking of Cubs fans, now, I don't know how the Cubs are going to do, but Beaver is also a 49ers fan, and the 49ers won. And I'll be honest with you, I was dead rooting for them, too, against the Eagles yesterday. All right, Beaver, how you feeling? Bang, bang, 49er gang, how's that today?
I'm feeling like I need full honesty and transparency from one Matt Wyatt, who gave up on the 49ers after they lost one game to the Seahawks.
Well, okay. I'm glad you brought that up. By the way, Beav, this rematch is about to be Beav, you know me, I can't stand the overuse of words like epic and amazing. But I got a feeling this rematch between Seattle and San Francisco is about to be, by the definition, epic. But I digress. Yeah, I wouldn't say, Beaver, I gave up on them. I was just saying that almost felt like I jinxed them or something by jumping on their bandwagon, and next thing you know, all they do is kick a field goal when the division's on the line. Beaver, when we come back from this break, will you give me your thoughts from a 49ers perspective of what you saw when you watched that game yesterday? Would you mind that?
Yeah.
All right. And also, during the break, Beav, turn around there and ask Barry Rice how he feels about it. Told you he was a good luck charm. That game, that performance by Brock Purdy and McCaffrey, and by that defense without Fred Warner, that whole thing was just incredible to watch. To me, old school physical. Just getting started with you on a Monday. Your texts, your calls, your comments, and Beaver's thoughts on the 49ers coming up right after this.
Designed to be the most powerful iPhone.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Farm Bureau Insurance in Mississippi. Local agents in all 82 counties. So here's what that means. You have that fender bender, hopefully you don't, but let's say you do at an odd time. Something goes on. It's Saturday night at 11 p.m. You don't have to wait until Monday morning to call some 800 number and talk to someone 3 states away. You've got your agent's phone number right there on your phone because you go to church with him. Your kids go to school together. He lives right down the road. You see each other at the ball games on Friday nights. So it's personal with your local Farm Bureau insurance agent in all 82 counties in this entire state. And if anything does arise and you need to, run it up the chain or up the flagpole, the home offices for Farm Bureau Insurance are in Jackson, Mississippi. It's right here in the state of Mississippi. It doesn't get more local than and personal, the service that you get with Farm Bureau Insurance in Mississippi. I can't recommend them highly enough. And if you haven't, recently, let them give you a quote. Home, life, auto. It's Farm Bureau Insurance. Go with the home team.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Well, look at what we have here. Christmas come early. Boom. Little green onion country pleasing. That's not all. Little original smoked sausage flavor. That's not all. Jalapeno and cheddar. It has to be one of my favorite, just judging by how much of that stuff I eat. Oh, can't forget. Andouille. Don't be saying andouille, it's andouille. And last, but not least, pork and pineapple. Bun size, 3 links bun size. Look at that right there. Be careful. Come on with it. It's mine. Come here, jalapeno. Oh, that's all mine. Country pleasing sausage. We'll be right back after this message from C Spire. My name is Matt Wyatt. I host the Matt Wyatt radio show out of my home using C Spire fiber.
And when we hit the road as a family, Matt's show goes with us, thanks to C Spire Wireless.
Its ultra-reliable nationwide network lets me broadcast live from anywhere.
And never miss a moment that matters.
Connecting you to what inspires you most on C Spire's blazing fast 5G network. And right now, get your choice of free phone. That's customer inspired. That's C Spire.
Y'all like coffee? I know you do. Check it out. Little High Point Roasters from New Albany, Mississippi. That is the breakfast blend. It's whole bean. And if you notice, that's how much I've had already. Brazil Oberon. Not Orgeron or Orgeron, you LSU. No, Brazil Oberon. That ain't all. We got that. What flavor is that? Papua New Guinea, grade AA. Bring it on. High Point Roasters, New Albany, Mississippi. Roast it right there. That's whole bean. One more. I got more.
I am starving. Don't worry, he's got a menu full on the Zone 1059 and worldwide at the Zone1059.com.
All right, back with you. I'm Matt in the Bureau, the Mississippi Farm Bureau Insurance Studio. Kelly on X earlier, I was talking about things like epic and amazing. And Kelly said the only thing amazing should be matched up with is grace. Amazing grace. Zach on Facebook. Hey, man. He says, hey, I'm watching from Kosciuszko, Mississippi. And then how do you feel about what Levy is doing in the portal? I'm not super familiar with what the goings-on of the portal are. My routine, Zach, is I'll wait till it's all closed and the names are on the – and then give me a roster and I'll learn them then. But I'm not wasting time on it now when things kind of ebb and flow. So I don't know too much about it right now. And then, yeah, JS290, Woody Marks finally listed on the hashtag State to Sundays. That's it tonight. Running back, Texans, big game tonight. Looking forward to it. All right. Back to Beaver. Beaver, as you watched the game with the Eagles unfold yesterday and last night for the 49ers, your thoughts, sir?
Worry and concern were the thoughts for most of the game.
Yeah.
But, I mean, when they were only down by 3 going into halftime, then it was, okay, hopefulness. But mostly worry because the whole thing, when you're telling me that you're expecting the 49ers-Seahawks game to be epic, which it should be, but
yeah,
my thoughts yesterday and coming up for this next game have been the same they've been pretty much all season, and that is concern if the injuries are going to catch up.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been so stupid, which that's another thought. Because of the injuries, another thing is we've seen why Kyle Shanahan should absolutely be in the top 3 for Coach of the Year.
And no question about it.
I mean, the number I saw yesterday, this season, the week 1 starters for the 49ers, roster-wise, have missed 74 games this regular season.
Good night.
But the thing is, it's not just regular players. Brock Purdy missed 5 games. Your quarterback, your starting quarterback, and you won some games with your backup.
Yep.
All-pro, tight end. He missed 6 games, and then he went out yesterday.
Yeah.
All-pro linebacker, Fred Warner. Oh, then his backup gets hurt in that last Seahawks game.
Yep.
I mean, it's key pieces. So it's downright, I don't want to say inexplicable, but it's been nutty all year.
It really has.
So you always got to wonder, it's got to be there in the back of your mind, when does it happen? When does the other shoe drop? You know, when does it catch up with you?
Yeah, sure. And Seattle's really good. By the way, I think I noticed something yesterday I'd never noticed before. Shame on me for not knowing if this is, but I'm pretty sure it's him. But former Mississippi State Bulldog and Seattle Seahawk, KJ Wright, is that him I saw on the sideline with the 49ers? I think he might be coaching for him. If not, it's his identical twin. It could be somebody else. But I'll have to look it up. Hey, Beav, how about scoring 23 points in Philadelphia without Kittle and 0 rushing touchdowns in the game? Okay, you're talking about Shanahan and adjusting throughout the game. And the things that he pulled out of his pocket. Okay, I mean, for Pete's sake, the winning touchdown, the trick play reverse pass by, who was it, Jennings?
Yeah, Juwan Jennings. Double reverse.
Yeah, double reverse pass to a wide open McCaffrey. I mean, and in that situation, the stuff that they pulled off in the game, I was just, Purdy is so smart. I'm trying to think, Beaver, which drive it was. I know it was late, but I think it was one of those fourth quarter drives where he completed that big throw up across midfield inside of that zone coverage, and they showed the replay 2 or 3 times, and there are literally 3 zone defenders in the perfect spacing you're supposed to be in that coverage. The safety on top, linebacker underneath dropping back to the safety zone, and the trailer on the backside so that you couldn't throw it behind him. The throw, you can watch football for a lot of years and not see a more perfect timing, perfect location within a few inches. If it's off by a few inches, one of those 3 defenders is going to bat it away, and putting it in there in a bigger situation, a playoff game on the road. I couldn't have been more impressed with him yesterday.
And then the 2 picks. I mean, 2 bad. They were bad interceptions he threw. And it's that old thing where short memory for a quarterback.
Yeah.
You may know about this. You may have experience with this. Quarterbacks need short memory, that whole thing we've always heard. And he just seemed to forget about it. And he's like, oh, well, we'll get him next time.
Next time, yeah. And you know what, too, Beav, you can tell when that's real. I will tell you, too, there's sometimes where you'll have a quarterback who you know you're supposed to have a short memory. So you do your best to display that to your teammates, but you and everybody else knows that really it's really bothering you, no matter how you try to cover it up. You can tell when it's genuine and real because everybody around him is the same way. They have such belief in him and him in the system and the play calling. The whole offense, they make a mistake. They're like, so what? We'll figure out a way. I think that's another thing that shocked me so much about the 3 points against Seattle. But anyway, I cannot wait for that game. You know, rematch from a couple of weeks ago. And same 2 teams, division teams. I can't wait. I'm really looking forward to it. Those games this weekend, I mean, Beaver, did you watch any of the others?
Both games yesterday.
Both games yesterday?
Saturday,
okay.
I didn't watch any Saturday.
Okay, gotcha. Man.
Well, you know what? I take that back. I'm sorry. I watched Bills. I'm sorry, but not Bills. I watched the Packers-Bears game and went to bed early, of course. But when I went to bed, it was 21 to 6 at that point.
Yeah.
I felt confident. I woke up at 2-something in the morning and checked the score. And I just could not believe that.
Yeah.
So I
either.
watched a few minutes of that Packers game, but I was downright shocked at 2 a.m. when I saw the result.
I mean, 25 points in the fourth quarter for Chicago. I will not. And again, Caleb Williams, he had a similar thing going on to Purdy in that he made a couple of mistakes, including one late that I thought was sealing the game when he just kind of just threw one up for grabs down there in scoring territory and got it picked. I thought, it's a ball game. But he's got that starting pitcher mentality like Purdy. It just doesn't bother him. Next up, let's roll back out there. All right. Text on the Country Pleasing text line. Country Pleasing sausage. I'm eating black pepper and cheddar sausage right now. Real unnamed texter says, absolutely remarkable what the 49ers are doing despite all those injuries. It's remarkable. Andre from Jackson said, Rams versus Bills. Bills win. Therefore, why watch? Andre from Jackson. He thinks it's a Bills year. Humphreys County Dog, what's up? He texted and says, Matt, I looked on the live stream earlier and couldn't help but notice how awesome that Mississippi Outdoors hat is. They couldn't have gotten a better person than yourself to host the podcast and promote the wildlife of this great state. Well, listen, thanks so much for saying that. And let me tell you, I have one of these, the Bottomland Mossy Oak, and it's fully, what do you call it when there's no mesh on the back? Okay. So it's better for my bald head when it's cold like now. But inside, and when it warms up, they just came out with these and gave me one with the mesh. New favorite. Philip got mad at me because the Prince Oil hat was my favorite. And then they gave me this, and now it's my favorite. Ricky Bobby texted the show And he said, what kind of Mississippi flavor do we have in the NFL players? I know the Bills have at least 2, Steelers 1. What else you got? Well, there's a bunch of them. We can kind of go over some of those if you want when we return. The music is about to hit us. Jeremy, I got your link. I'm going to click that and see what that is during the break. More texts to get to. State Grad, Grove Park, baseball, and others coming. And on the live stream, YouTube, Facebook, got Jared, Hail State fan, Sven, G-Bama Boy, and more, all coming up in the Bureau, the Farm Bureau Insurance Studio. Back after this.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
The Junction Delis, convenience redefined, and Prince Oil Company, a match made in heaven. The Junction Deli, fueled by Prince Oil Company. Prince Oil Company has been fueling Central Mississippi since 1960. It's a pretty good little while. Wonderful people. Man, am I ever more tickled that they're a part of the show and I'm a part of their team now. As you know, if you listen to the radio show, I've been to the Junction in several different places around the state. I've bought gas just like you at a lot of places that are fueled by Prince Oil Company, and they are really wonderful people. By the way, that brand spanking new Junction Deli, Chevron, right across the highway from Germantown High School. It's in Canton. We say Gluckstadt. Do you realize they and other Junction Delis, they serve country pleasing sausage over there on the buffet? They don't get much better than that. The Junction and Prince Oil Company. That's what I'm talking about. We'll be right back after this message from C Spire. My name is Matt Wyatt. I host the Matt Wyatt radio show out of my home using C Spire fiber.
And when we hit the road as a family, Matt's show goes with us, thanks to C Spire Wireless.
Its ultra-reliable nationwide network lets me broadcast live from anywhere.
And never miss a moment that matters.
Connecting you to what inspires you most on C Spire's blazing fast 5G network. And right now, get your choice of free phone. That's customer inspired. That's C Spire.
Welcome to my photography studio downtown Tupelo. Everybody needs a headshot, especially if you're in the professional world, in sales, any sort of customer-related business, outreach business, anything like that. Everybody needs a headshot. Here at my photography studio in Tupelo, we do a lot more than just headshots, but we're kind of focusing on headshots for that very reason, because everybody needs it. Let me show you a little something about it. One thing I'm able to do here is sort of have 2 to 3 different looks in a small space that we can do in a short amount of time. Several different looks and styles of lighting with studio equipment, studio lighting. Some with flash, and a particular look that I've worked on, a constant lighting scenario where you sit down, the lights are already on, you lean in, and we kind of illuminate the whole face. And we get several options in the studio in a short amount of time. Here's 2 priorities for me when I shoot headshots. One is it has to look like you. Okay, none of this fake stuff. The other goal is it's got to look like you at your best. And that's my job as a photographer. And I've got a lot of experience over the years, and I feel really confident I can do that for you. I would love to schedule a session for you here at the studio in downtown Tupelo. I'm above the Reed's Gift Shop, just off of Troy Street, the corner of Troy and Spring. If you can't get to Tupelo, that's okay. Let's talk about it, because we can pack the studio up and come to you if the schedules fit and that sort of thing. I'd love to help you with your headshots. I think everybody needs them. I'm inviting you to please email me, reach out. You can go to my website, mattwyattmedia.com, email address matt@mattwyattmedia.com, and let's talk about your headshot. Farm Bureau Insurance in Mississippi, local agents in all 82 counties. So here's what that means. You have that fender bender, hopefully you don't, but let's say you do at an odd time. Something goes on. It's Saturday night at 11 p.m. You don't have to wait until Monday morning to call some 800 number and talk to someone 3 states away. You've got your agent's phone number right there on your phone. because you go to church with him. Your kids go to school together. He lives right down the road. You see each other at the ball games on Friday nights. So it's personal with your local Farm Bureau.
The Zone 105.9 and coming to you worldwide at thezone1059.com.
Ricky, I didn't forget about you. We'll look it up here. Mississippi flavor in the NFL playoffs. I'm sure there's a list or two I can find out there. Andre texted the show, says, do you believe the Eagles will trade A.J. Brown this offseason? I really wouldn't be surprised. I think he's a great football player. He's certainly not some sort of, attitude problem. It's just things seem to kind of have been, I don't know, like yelling at each other yesterday, coming off the field and dropped a ball or two and, stuff like that. It just, maybe it's time for him to move on and him find a new home and them too, find somebody else. It just kind of feels that way. And, I see what you're seeing. Unnamed texter said, please explain to me why Trinidad Chambliss is fighting so hard to stay at Ole Miss. I understand he's probably making more than a rookie contract, but most players can't wait to go to the league. Yeah, look, I can sum it up for you right here. Okay, and I'm not, far be it from me, and then I'm coming to the phone line after I read this. Far be it from me to be someone that stands out and defends the NCAA. I'm not necessarily defending them or whatever. But let me read you something. So they turned down his request. And in the story about the lawsuit that's going to be filed this week, here's what one thing said in an NCAA statement. Quote, this decision aligns with consistent application of NCAA rules. So far this academic year, the NCAA has received 784 extension requests, eligibility, 438 of those in football. Of those 438, 25 cases cited an incapacitating injury, 9 of those in football. I know it's a lot of numbers, but hang in there. The NCAA approved 15 of those and 6 of those in football. 6 of the 9 submissions for extra eligibility that involved an incapacitating injury. All 15 of those that put those in, that, and others, including other sports that have gotten approved for extra eligibility because of an incapacitating injury, all 15 provided medical documentation from the time of the injury. The 10 that were denied, including 3 in football, did not provide the required medical documentation. So what does that mean? It means what the NCAA is doing is, hey, look, we realize you want him to play because he's good. We realize that there's hundreds. There's over 430 others who want to play, keep playing in college because they're good. But there ain't even 9 of them have actually handed us medical documentation showing and documenting so that we can have it, an injury that incapacitated them and ruined their eligibility. So that's why we're giving it to them. You show us that, different ball game. But until then, and so basically what they're saying is this. Was he hurt? Did he miss out on eligibility because of being hurt? That's a whole different deal. Fact is, I'm not aware of it. This case with this high-profile player at Ole Miss, just like 400 and something others, is merely he wants to play more in college and make his money. We want him to play on our team because he's good. We can sue, so we are suing. We don't have some reason other than we just want him to keep playing here. The NCAA is going, that's why we denied it. And now they're going, well, we're going to sue, tie it up in court. What else is new? And there's your summary of those events. All right, over to the phone. The Junction phone line, fueled by Prince Oil Company. They've been fueling Central Mississippi since 1960. Jay on line 1. Thanks for calling, Jay. What's up?
Hey, Matt, can you hear me?
Jay, I wondered if that was you. It is so good to hear your voice. It's been too long.
It has been. It's certainly been a while, but I'm certainly glad to be back. You left out some big news today. D1 baseball has the Bulldogs coming in at number 4 in the country coming into this baseball season. So, look, my early preseason question for you: if this team exceeds expectations, and let's be very clear, that's a trip to Omaha.
Yeah. Right.
If they get there, what is it specifically will we be talking about with this team? And I guess if they come up short, what is it? Because the roster's loaded. I think O'Connor's going to have a tough time finding a starting roster because there's so much talent on the offensive side. Yeah. The pitching looks great, lots of arms, but a little unproven, if you ask me. Yeah. So I want to kind of get your input on what you think that's going to look like this year.
Jay, I think you just said it. That's what I was thinking is, okay, we're doing the time machine thing here. Let's say that we're in our time machine. We are fast forwarding to June, July of 26, and O'Connor has stayed in Omaha. I think then what we're going to be talking about is how lots of talented pitching, lots of talented pitching that was unproven. Some freshmen have been great, and they stayed healthy. That'll be the story, and I kind of feel like it almost feels like an easy answer because that's the case with a lot of teams. But I think especially this one, first-year coach, first-year staff, they went out and basically bought an entirely new baseball team minus a couple of guys, a whole new pitching staff, raided Virginia's and bring all them in there. So new environment, new whatever. If they make it that far, it'll be because pitching was maybe, healthier than you've been and was better maybe even than you thought it could be year one. And by the way, just so you know, Jay, I was the only one who's missed you. Jason in Flagstaff, Arizona just texted in and said, Jay in Baltimore is alive?
Well, I am back, so I'll certainly try to call in more often. I'm looking at some dates to come home to see a game, so super excited about this season. Good to talk to you, Matt.
You too, Jay. As always, thanks for calling. Jay in Baltimore. Listen, that people are excited about state baseball when we start hearing from Jay in Baltimore again. Good to hear from him. Okay. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that, live streamers. What happened to it? Now where'd my comments go? I think it was Kelly that was telling us that KJ Wright is one of the quality control guys on the 49ers staff. I'm sure I saw him celebrating for the 49ers on that TV broadcast yesterday. I'm almost sure of it. Greetings to G Bama Boy. He's here. JS290 pointed out on YouTube, Eagles finally ran a tush push without false starting. Hey, but listen, I'm going to be honest with you. As I was watching the game, and there were several critical penalties, holding type, I think like a holding on offense and maybe one on defense, that were pretty critical. I thought to myself, look, if they're calling that against the Eagles, then we can file this and okay, they're calling it differently against the Eagles than they did a lot during the regular season. I'm just going to say it. And I guess that's probably natural. There are a lot of Chiefs fan here, and I'll admit there are a lot of defending Super Bowl champs that get favorable officiating, especially right after they've won the league. But they hadn't called that stuff against the Eagles throughout the year. They were calling it in that game yesterday, and it was the right call in several instances, including that holding / pass interference, after a big stop. But they still don't call the movement on offense. I'm sorry. When you have two offensive linemen standing up looking around as a part of your snap count and they're both getting back down and still moving into their stance when you snap the ball, you're moving. They still don't call that against the Eagles, and they should. I don't know what the deal is. JS290 said, Mr. Irrelevant Brock Purdy raised the bar for all high draft pick QBs. You got to figure out the pro game between draft and training camp. Sven in Berlin says, breaking news, Sam Levitt, the Arizona State quarterback, just committed to LSU, Louisiana State University. That's according to Matt Moscona. I'll never forget Matt. After they won the national championship, and their first game the next year was the COVID year. The very next game was the COVID year, the season opener against Mike Leach in Baton Rouge. And I remember talking to him, interviewing him here on this show and asking him about the players that were going to be out. And he said, and I quote, you know, Matt, I just don't think it matters. You know, LSU is a national champion. The state's trying to build something. I just don't think it matters. And then a whole bunch of man coverage and 600 KJ Costello passing yards later, and State went in there and beat them. Guess it did matter. We all get it wrong sometimes. Stick around.
This is Jake Mang, former Mississippi State Bulldog. On the
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Yeah.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Well, look at what we have here. Christmas come early. Boom. Little green onion country pleasing. That's not all. Little original smoked sausage flavor. That's not all. Jalapeno and cheddar. It has to be one of my favorite, just judging by how much of that stuff I eat. Oh, can't forget. Andouille. Don't be saying andouille, it's andouille. And last, but not least, pork and pineapple, bun size, 3 links bun size. Look at that right there. Be careful. Come on with it. It's mine. Come here, jalapeno. Oh, that's all mine. Country pleasing sausage.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Welcome to my photography studio downtown Tupelo. Everybody needs a headshot, especially if you're in the professional world, in sales, any sort of customer-related business, outreach business, anything like that. Everybody needs a headshot. Here at my photography studio in Tupelo, we do a lot more than just headshots, but we're kind of focusing on headshots for that very reason, because everybody needs it. Let me show you a little something about it. One thing I'm able to do here is sort of have 2 to 3 different looks in a small space that we can do in a short amount of time. Several different looks and styles of lighting with studio equipment, studio lighting. Some with flash and a particular look that I've worked on, a constant lighting scenario where you sit down, the lights are already on, you lean in, and we kind of illuminate the whole face. And we get several options in the studio in a short amount of time. Here's 2 priorities for me when I shoot headshots. One is it has to look like you. Okay, none of this fake stuff. The other goal is it's got to look like you at your best. And that's my job as a photographer. And I've got a lot of experience over the years, and I feel really confident I can do that for you. I would love to schedule a session for you here at the studio in downtown Tupelo. I'm above the Reed's Gift Shop, just off of Troy Street, the corner of Troy and Spring. If you can't get to Tupelo, that's okay. Let's talk about it, because we can pack the studio up and come to you if the schedules fit and that sort of thing. I'd love to help you with your headshots. I think everybody needs them. I'm inviting you to please email me, reach out. You can go to my website, mattwyattmedia.com, email address matt@mattwyattmedia.com, and let's talk about your headshot.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Farm Bureau Insurance in Mississippi, local agents in all 82 counties. So here's what that means. You have that fender bender. Hopefully you don't, but let's say you do at an odd time. Something goes on. It's Saturday night at 11 p.m. You don't have to wait until Monday morning to call some 800 number and talk to someone 3 states away. You've got your agent's phone number right there on your phone because you go to church with him.
And get to talk about it with Matt Wyatt right here, right now on the Zone 105.9 and worldwide at thezone1059.com.
Back with you, I'm Matt. In the Bureau, the Farm Bureau Insurance Studio. We got plenty of time to get into whatever you want to get into today. So text, call. Great to hear from Jay in Baltimore. It's been a while on the Junction phone line, fueled by Prince Oil Company. Y'all text me on the Country Pleasing text line. And, of course, drop a comment there on the live stream if you're on Facebook, YouTube, or X. Good to see you. Get on in here. Gene on Facebook reminding us we are 32 days until the start of MSU baseball season. Yeah, like if it doesn't snow in the next 32 days, it'll probably snow on opening weekend, won't it, Gene? We start the season early, but that's okay. I'll welcome it. Because once we get close to it starting, much less it actually starting, you just know that those 70-degree spring days where, you know, or maybe 78, 79, green grass starts popping out, tulips and whatnot. We start looking forward to that. And by the time we get there, boy, I'm ready for it. And Jared commented, and he is comparing Sam Levitt, who's transferring from Arizona State, to Jackson Arnold, who transferred to, Auburn from Oklahoma. And now where is he? UNLV, did I see that? Jackson Arnold is going to UNLV, going to play for Dan Mullen. I think we saw that last week, didn't we? Maybe I dreamed it up. I don't know. But I don't think I'm dreaming about the transfer portal at night. At least I don't think so. No, y'all see this? You might go check it out. I had no idea this was a thing. There is a short video or reel posted right now on the Mississippi Department of Wildlife, Fisheries, and Parks Facebook page. It looks like, it does not look like it's a part of the Mississippi Outdoors TV show, but it's a video with some guys in Mississippi. Okay, and you can see what they're talking about. They are talking about something called Hellis shooting. Or Hellis. Is it Hellis shooting? That's it. Not Hellis. Hellis shooting. Anyway, you may know about it. I'm only bringing it up because I just saw it. I didn't know. And it's something I might like to try. And I wonder if y'all have done it. So we all know skeet shooting. And you have skeet ranges of all shapes and sizes and forms all across the state. Fun sport, has been forever and ever and ever. This is similar, but this Hellis shooting are these like skeet with wings. So when they launch, you actually don't know where it's going. Yeah. So it's like, instead of it throwing at skeet, like one's going here, one's going there, or, when you yell pull, you say pull, and it may go that way or up or down or whatever. I mean, it's much more of a challenge. Check it out and see what you think. I hadn't heard of it yet. Hellis shooting. I want to try that. You can see the video about it. It's on this one I'm looking at here. I saw it during the break. It's Facebook, Mississippi Department of Wildlife, Fisheries, and Parks. Look it up and see what you think. Okay. I don't know what to think about this, Jeremy. I clicked on the link. Jeremy texted the show and said, did y'all see the article on how the 49ers are near a large energy facility? And that it may be the blame for all of their injuries. And I clicked it. Headline, there is a growing theory and data which suggests an electrical substation next to the 49ers facility might be to blame for the team's injury problems. And I'm sorry to laugh or giggle, but I'm like, how? What? So there's the stadium. There's a facility right next to it. Multi-use field, practice fields, other stuff. And then right in there is this, they've circled this big electrical substation. Is this real? Is you sure like somebody's not trying to pull my leg on this? Pardon that pun. Come on now, I'm not buying that. Low-frequency electromagnetic fields can degrade collagen, weaken tendons, and cause soft tissue damage at levels regulators call, quote-unquote, safe. An NFL team whose practice facility sits next to a massive electrical substation. Beaver, you're the 49ers fan. Have you seen this?
This is the first time I've seen it when Jeremy sent it, and I think it's excellent, and I'm going with it. There's got to be an explanation. Why are they the most injured? Don't discount this,
okay,
Matt Wyatt.
I don't want to discount it one bit, Beav, if I somehow knew for sure that this wasn't one of these grand internet hoaxes.
I'm buying into it.
Okay. It says here, I mean, this ought to be verifiable. The 49ers are statistically the most injured team in the NFL over the past decade. Since moving to Levi Stadium in 2014, so that is right next to the electrical substation. Top 5 in adjusted games lost for 10 of 11 seasons. 7 to 8 full Achilles patellar ruptures. The league average is 2 to 3 a year total. 40-plus major hamstring and calf injuries. Hey, and you know what, Beef? So that was a post on X on January the 6th. And what happened to Kittle last night?
ACL.
No, Achilles.
Achilles, yeah.
Which is a very rare thing. My goodness. They're going to have to move. Somebody's got to move, B. We can't have that. Football's too important. I mean, sure, a few people have to go without electricity for a couple of months while we figure it out, but so what?
You got to weigh that you need. Can you go without electricity for a little bit, or can you continue to go without a Super Bowl as a fan? You've got to weigh your choices.
Hey, you know what that's like, Beav? Hey, hear me out, Beav. You ready? Mm-hmm. Double fudge brownies, Angela. Double fudge, Angela. Thank you.
Nice, Matt Wyatt. Nice reference.
Thank you. And see, Beav, that's really how sound effects ought to happen. Naturally, in person, live Foley, as we say, instead of me hitting a button. Because if I'd had my iPad in here, I would have at least played the Office theme song just then. Hey, what was that? Okay, here's some, hey, I probably shouldn't divulge this, but here's some of the Office references I've texted Beaver here recently. One was this quote from Creed. Once you've danced naked at a hash party with the spirits of the dead, all parties are pretty much the same. This is Creed. I sent him something else. I thought I did. Oh yeah. The lights, they're all sitting there. The lights all went off. Yeah, they just had a momentary power outage inside the office. Dwight springs to his feet, immediately pulls out a flashlight, shines it on his face, kind of all scary like from underneath, and says to the whole office, okay, everyone, follow me to the shelter. We've got enough food for 14 days. After that, we'll have some very difficult conversations.
And just immediately went to that, too. Like the lights had been out for 4 seconds.
After that, we'll have a very difficult conversation. And then, of course, Beaver, the scene, Beaver, where Hank is called up to the office to be the final straw in the decision between either new chairs or a new copier. And the whole time, Hank's basically just messing with Michael. I love that scene. These chairs are very weak, very weak. Hey, B, what about when he sat down to test the chair and he goes, not very much lumbar support. And they cut to Stanley and Stanley does the eye roll. The grand eye roll. All right. Hey, and Kenny, don't call me Ken. Thanks for your text. He said Prairie Wildlife in West Point does the Helis shooting among other activities. All right. Thank you. Going to try it. Want to try it. Probably no chance I'll hit one. I'm not a good shot. But who doesn't want to try? That's what they make all them shotgun shells for. I'll try it. That's it for hour one. Your texts, your comments coming up. Phone calls as well. In hour two, right around the corner. Staying connected to you because of C Spire, the #1 network in Mississippi. Back after this.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Hey y'all, Matt Wyatt here. Each week on the Mississippi Outdoors Podcast, we talk with the people who live it. Hunters, biologists, game wardens, local celebrities, and storytellers that know Mississippi better than anyone.
Those bass come up there and attack them. You know how mean bass can be there.
You're never going to believe this. Matt Wyatt just talked about your deer on the radio. I said, what did he say? He said, it was Photoshopped. And I said, what?
They don't know anything about hunting. They just have never had that right, that freedom.
Dude, that's us, man. That's what we do. So tune in. Be inspired, and we'll see you outdoors.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Yeah. Farm Bureau Insurance in Mississippi. Local agents in all 82 counties. So here's what that means. You have that fender bender, hopefully you don't, but let's say you do at an odd time. Something goes on. It's Saturday night at 11 p.m. You don't have to wait until Monday morning to call some 800 number and talk to someone 3 states away. You've got your agent's phone number right there on your phone because you go to church with him. Your kids go to school together. He lives right down the road. You see each other at the ball games on Friday nights. So it's personal with your local Farm Bureau insurance agent in all 82 counties in this entire state. And if anything does arise and you need to, run it up the chain or up the flagpole, the home offices for Farm Bureau Insurance are in Jackson, Mississippi. It's right here in the state of Mississippi. It doesn't get more local than and personal, the service that you get with Farm Bureau Insurance in Mississippi. I can't recommend them highly enough. And if you haven't, recently, let them give you a quote. Home, life, auto. It's Farm Bureau Insurance. Go with the home team.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Well, look at what we have here. Christmas come early. Boom. Little green onion country pleasing. That's not all. Little original smoked sausage flavor. That's not all. Jalapeno and cheddar. It has to be one of my favorite, just judging by how much of that stuff I eat. Oh, can't forget. Andouille. Don't be saying andouille, it's andouille. And last, but not least, pork and pineapple, bun size, 3 links bun size. Look at that right there. Be careful. Come on with it. It's mine. Come here, jalapeno. Oh, that's all mine. Country pleasing sausage. The Junction Delis, convenience redefined, and Prince Oil Company, a match made in heaven. The Junction Deli, fueled by Prince Oil Company. Prince Oil Company has been fueling Central Mississippi since 1960s. Pretty good little while. Wonderful people. Man, am I ever more tickled that they're a part of the show and I'm a part of their team now. As you know, if you listen.
Quiet with all the good stuff you need to know. Right here on the Zone 105.9 and worldwide at thezone1059.com.
All right. Back with you in the Bureau. Staying connected to you because of C Spire, the #1 network in Mississippi. C Spire, customer inspired. Check them out at cspire.com. Hold on a minute. Coffee break. Oh, yes, sir. Yeah. Bring that on. I just poured it in there. Still piping hot coffee from High Point Roasters in New Albany, Mississippi. And when you wake up on a day like this and it's 26 degrees outside, if you're like me, you never warm up. I don't care what you do. So you start the day at 26. We walked outside. Jasper, the Wonder Dog, looked at me and was like, you feel this? And I was like, all right, hurry up. And he did. He went and to his appointment out there in the grass and made his return really swiftly. He didn't like that cold weather either. We are similar in that regard. Okay, listen, there's a little more on this. Hang on. As we start hour 2, we got headlines coming up. Plenty of time to get in whatever you want to get into today, and lots of ways for you to be a part of the show. If you're just tuning in, hey to you, Facebook, YouTube, X, just type in your comment, post it. It pops up on this screen right here where I can see it. And then when I click it, we can all see it. Text me on the Country Pleasing text line. Country Pleasing sausage on grocery store shelves all around the Southeast. It's the best sausage, hands down. I'm eating some black pepper and cheddar sausage that I got there a little while back. You talk about make the house smell good. Man. Black pepper and cheddar, country pleasing sausage ought to be big with realtors. Because if you want to sell a house, cook some of that in the kitchen before the prospective buyers come in there. They won't want to leave. The number to text, 885-3776. 885-3776. And, of course, call me on the Junction phone. Junction Delis all across the state of Mississippi. Fueled by Prince Oil Company. You know, you pull up to the pump. Thanks to Prince Oil, a little fuel in your tank. Then you go inside, and thanks to the Junction Deli, a little fuel in your belly. Call me. The number 897-1059. 897-1059. Jeremy texted this link to a story with some data about injuries for the 49ers, the most injured team in the NFL for the last decade, and the fact that their facility is next door to a huge electrical substation, and they think it's causing soft tissue injuries for the 49ers. They had another one last night. Kittle, Achilles. It popped. It's terrible. Bulldog, Mississippi asks on YouTube, is everyone getting shocked? I mean, listen, y'all. Beef, think about this. What would old school Saturday Night Live do with this story? Because, yeah, they would have a skit where, in fact, everyone is getting shocked. Either just indiscriminately or every time you touch something or touch each other, you know. What else? We got some smart language going on here from JS290. Electromagnetic frequencies regarding non-native electromagnetic frequencies. Absence of evidence of harm is not the evidence of safety. Okay. He says, so you got to reverse engineer your hypothesis on that. Sven, however, says the magnetic energy goes down by square pro meter. Simple physics, he said. Simple physics. And therefore, he says, this is the biggest nonsense I've ever heard. So we're going to put Beaver on one side of this issue, who has completely bought in that it's the electrical substation next to the training facility that is causing all the injuries. Directly opposed is Finn, who says, and I quote, biggest nonsense I ever heard. I don't really have I'm not smart enough to have an opinion on it. I do find it very entertaining. Hey, friend on Facebook, watching and listening from Denver. Man, we are nationwide over here. Baltimore, Flagstaff, Denver. Bet y'all have snow. How much snow do you have, friend? I'd like to see some at some point, but JS290 was telling Sven to look up Dr. What? Alexander who? Wunsch. Bulldog, Mississippi says, how could EMF cause bone and ligament injuries? Electromagnetic frequency? Is that what that is? It's all these smart people in the comments having their own conversation. I can't even read it. Such is life. And Hail State Fan brings up the idea of another theory. On YouTube, he says, or do the 49ers just have a bunch of fat little girlfriends that tell the players they don't need to spend so much time in strength and conditioning? Rest in peace, Pirate. Well done, Hail State Fan. Well done. All right, Jason in Flagstaff. I got to back up a little bit on him here because he was talking about the kid from Arizona State transferring to LSU. Jason says, interested to see if Kiffin can get Levitt to quit getting mashed potato brained and hurt. He said the kid's electric at times, but not at all consistent and has stretches where he's just awful. Now, on the 49ers thing, Jason said, I did a very quick search on the 49ers thing, and the first thing that came up from a legit site was that it's happened almost entirely since Shanahan got there. And then he says, I'm sure that has nothing to do with it. Well, I would think, I mean, you won't be surprised by this at all, but, you know, to what degree and what specifics we may not all be aware. But what I would tell you, I've been around enough conversations, presentations at seminars from people in sports engineering, the chief medical officer for the NFL, who's a Starkville guy. I heard him give a presentation once and all these kinds of things. And you would be, even at the college level, a lot of people would be knocked down by the depth of research and data that goes into managing every minute of a football player's day and routine and workout schedule and nutrition and everything to mitigate injury stuff. And at the NFL, you know, they have no shortage of things. And so what I would say is you would think you go a long enough period of time where you're the most hurt, something's got to give. You got to change it up. Something's not working. I mean, I would think, right? Definition of insanity, do the same thing, expect different results. Nunya says he's going with playing surface issues being the culprit. See, yeah, Nunya, I would like to know, okay, most injured. When, though? Is it happening in home ball games at Levi? Or are there just as many players on the 49ers getting hurt in other places? Like, where are they suffering these injuries? Practice? At home? On the road? That'd be interesting to read through. Jake from Yazoo texted the show. He says, free for all. So did you see this, Matt? Curious if there's been any follow. Okay. I did see something about this. Reports from a couple of weeks ago, actually, or a week ago, maybe a week and a half ago. Yazoo County on County Barn Road, there's some dumpsters out there, and officials discovered 200 dead geese dumped into those dumpsters. I haven't heard any sort of update as to who they got for it, but it's pretty clear somebody had a goose shoot but didn't want to do anything with them, and so they dumped them in the dumpster, which you should not do. No, it's gross. But Jake, I haven't seen an update on that at all. All right, more of your texts, more of your comments, live stream, text messages, phone calls. All that and more. We'll hit headlines when we come back as well. I'm Matt, staying connected to you because of C Spire. Back after this.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Farm Bureau Insurance in Mississippi. Local agents in all 82 counties. So here's what that means. You have that fender bender, hopefully you don't, but let's say you do at an odd time. Something goes on. It's Saturday night at 11 p.m. You don't have to wait until Monday morning to call some 800 number and talk to someone 3 states away. You've got your agent's phone number right there on your phone because you go to church with him. Your kids go to school together. He lives right down the road. You see each other at the ball games on Friday nights. So it's personal with your local Farm Bureau insurance agent in all 82 counties in this entire state. And if anything does arise and you need to, run it up the chain or up the flagpole, the home offices for Farm Bureau Insurance are in Jackson, Mississippi. It's right here in the state of Mississippi. It doesn't get more local than and personal, the service that you get with Farm Bureau Insurance in Mississippi. I can't recommend them highly enough. And if you haven't, recently, let them give you a quote. Home, life, auto. It's Farm Bureau Insurance. Go with the home team.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Well, look at what we have here. Christmas come early. Boom. Little green onion country pleasing. That's not all. Little original smoked sausage flavor. That's not all. Jalapeno and cheddar. It has to be one of my favorite, just judging by how much of that stuff I eat. Oh, can't forget. Andouille. Don't be saying andouille, it's andouille. And last, but not least, pork and pineapple. Bun size, 3 links bun size. Look at that right there. Be careful. Come on with it. It's mine. Come here, jalapeno. Oh, that's all mine. Country pleasing sausage. We'll be right back after this message from C Spire. My name is Matt Wyatt. I host the Matt Wyatt radio show out of my home using C Spire fiber.
And when we hit the road as a family, Matt's show goes with us, thanks to C Spire Wireless.
Its ultra-reliable nationwide network lets me broadcast live from anywhere.
And never miss a moment that matters.
Connecting you to what inspires you most on C Spire's blazing fast 5G network. And right now, get your choice of free phone. That's customer inspired. That's C Spire.
Y'all like coffee? I know you do. Check it out. Little High Point Roasters from New Albany, Mississippi. That is the breakfast blend. It's whole bean. And if you notice, that's how much I've had already. Brazil Oberon. Not Orgeron or Orgeron, you LSU. No, Brazil Oberon. That ain't all. What we got there? What flavor is that? Papua New Guinea, grade AA. Bring it on. High Point Roasters, New Albany, Mississippi. Roast it right there. That's whole bean. One more. I got more. Ah, tried and true. Magnolia Blend.
On 1059.com.
All right, back with you. I'm Matt in the Bureau, the Mississippi Farm Bureau Insurance Studio. Farm Bureau Insurance, go with the home team. Let's go headlines today, brought to you by the Mortgage Man Group, powered by Luminate Bank right here in Mississippi. Anything mortgage related, buying, refinancing, whatever. Here in the metro, places like Oxford and Starkville and Tupelo and in between, anything mortgage related, go there first. The kind of people you want to talk to, including my man Went. Y'all know Went. Look him up, mortgagemanms.com. That's mortgagemanms.com, and get in touch. You'll be glad you did. Incredible weekend of NFL playoff football. Wild card weekend was just, it did not disappoint. I mean, I guess you had 5 games. You're going to have a 6th game tonight. But in the first 5 games, the largest margin of victory was the 13 points last night when the Patriots beat the Chargers 16-3 because the Chargers have a terrible offensive line. The rest of them were like 3 points, 5 points, 6. Rams by a field goal over the Panthers. That was in Carolina. Stafford and them came from behind, won it at the end. Heck of a ball game. Incredible fourth quarter. 28 combined fourth quarter points. Packers had this big lead and blew it. A furious comeback by the Bears. Bears scored 25 points in the fourth quarter. You may live a long time before you ever see anything like that in an NFL game, in a playoff game, let alone. Bills scored right at the end to overcome Jacksonville in Jacksonville. 27-24. Again, each team with 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter. It was just an incredible finish. 49ers go into Philadelphia. Defense stands tall. Offense able to get it done without Kittle. 49ers win. What they're doing without, key players is just incredible. I mean, it really is. And that's in Philadelphia. No rushing touchdowns, and Barkley rushed for over 100 for Philadelphia. You still win the ball game. It's just incredible to me. So tonight, Texans and Steelers in Pittsburgh, and it'll be a lot of fun. Headline number 2, we talked about it a little bit in the first hour. It's, for me, it gets more power to them, but for me, it gets a little bit of an eye roll because everybody knows what's going on. Ole Miss quarterback Trinidad Chambliss, it's up in the air whether he's going to get to play at Ole Miss next year. They're trying to give him $6 million to play at Ole Miss next year. He obviously wants to take that, right? Play another year in college, get the money. They obviously want him to play at Ole Miss because he's a really good player that they kind of found out of nowhere, it seems like. So he's got a lawyer, really 2 of them, Tom Mars and William Liston from Mississippi, who is the general counsel for the Grove Collective at Ole Miss. Those 2 are going to file a suit this week here in Mississippi in state court. They want a preliminary injunction with the NCAA that would then allow Chambliss to be able to play next year and get him another year of eligibility. It's not based on, as I understand it, it's not based on having a year where you lost it because of being hurt like a lot of these other kids. This is just simply a thing of, he's good. We want to play him. We want to pay him. And he wants to play here. And so we're going to sue you to get what we want. I mean, that's just basically what it is. It's not a fair or unfair thing. It's just we want what we want. We can sue to try to get it. So we are. And that's the summary of that story. So, it probably will happen. And baseball fans, heads up. Third baseman Alex Bregman and the Chicago Cubs have agreed to a 5-year, $175 million contract. Been with the Astros and the Red Sox. Former LSU Tiger. That division is going to be interesting, at least for some of us around here for sure. And those are your headlines, brought to you by the Mortgage Man Group, powered by Illuminate Bank. I asked Fran out in Denver how much snow they were having. She says they had 4 inches earlier in the week, but most of it's gone now. How about this? You would not, the things that make you go, I would never, who'd have thunk it? January the 12th, and she says it's warmer in Denver than it is here in Mississippi today. How about that? It wouldn't have thunk it, for sure. All right. Sven in Berlin says, Matt, I'll explain. Magnetic, any other form of radiation, is only dangerous with high frequency or high speed. Then he says, high speed means 300,000 kilometers per second. That's like faster than, never mind. MRI or X-ray in a hospital are based on high frequency. Okay, high speed, we're talking 300,000 kilometers per second. And then high frequency, MRIs and X-rays. He says any other form of radiation is not dangerous. The sun sends radiation out with the speed of light. And this is the reason nobody will ever live on Mars, because you need a magnetic field to shield you from it. Okay. Bulldog, Mississippi is the comedian today. He said, what's a kilometer? JS290. That's kind of what you're kind of hitting on the issue with this extra eligibility stuff for college player deal. Okay. Is you go, we need 15-year-olds to play against 12-year-olds in the Little League World Series. See, I mean, if you go like courtroom precedents and stuff, I mean, why not? If you're going to say, here's a player who's, 24 years old. Okay, he's already been in college for 5 years. Okay, and he's never been majorly hurt, so he didn't miss out on any of that 5 years. We just want him for another year. And so he's 24, pretty soon he'll be 25. I don't know, whatever. I'm just saying hypothetical. And you're saying, yeah, but the rules say this. Yeah, but I can sue you and at the very least get a preliminary injunction, tie it all up where we're going to get what we want while it's all tied up. Then what is to stop someone from suing some little league organization? You got enough money. I mean, that's the thing that stops you. You don't have enough money to pay the lawyers to do it for you, litigate it for you. But if you want, again, ethically, what's to stop anybody from suing some little league organization to go, look, I know you say that this league is for 12 and 13-year-olds. Okay, but my kid's 14 and a half. And when he was 12, they wouldn't play him. They set him on the bench. He didn't get to play. So I'm suing you to let him play this year. Well, sir, we have a league for kids. I don't want to play in that league. I want to play in that league with the little kids. And if I had my soundboard right now, I'd hit that button where Pete from Oh Brother, Where Art Thou says, that don't make no sense. But hey, again, we societally, like as a people, we have adopted the mode of operandum, the belief that anything we can do to get our way, as long as it is legal and allowable, then it's fine. There is no, stop worrying about ethically and what's right and wrong or for the greater good. Stop worrying about other people. Just worry about you. What can you get away with? And if you can, do it. And it's fine. It must be good because it benefited you. We've just sort of adopted that, I guess. Rolling along with you here today on a Monday. Staying connected to you because of C Spire, the #1 network in Mississippi. C Spire, customer inspired. Back after this.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
The Junction Deli's, convenience redefined, and Prince Oil Company, a match made in heaven. The Junction Deli, fueled by Prince Oil Company. Prince Oil Company has been fueling Central Mississippi since 1960. It's a pretty good little while. Wonderful people. Man, am I ever more tickled that they're a part of the show and I'm a part of their team now. As you know, if you listen to the radio show, I've been to the Junction in several different places around the state. I've bought gas just like you at a lot of places that are fueled by Prince Oil Company, and they are really wonderful people. By the way, that brand spanking new Junction Deli, Chevron, right across the highway from Germantown High School. It's in Canton. We say Gluckstadt. Do you realize they and other Junction Delis, they serve country-pleasing sausage over there on the buffet? They don't get much better than that. The Junction and Prince Oil Company. That's what I'm talking about. We'll be right back after this message from C Spire. My name is Matt Wyatt. I host the Matt Wyatt radio show out of my home using C Spire fiber.
And when we hit the road as a family, Matt's show goes with us, thanks to C Spire Wireless.
Its ultra-reliable nationwide network lets me broadcast live from anywhere.
And never miss a moment that matters.
Connecting you to what inspires you most on C Spire's blazing fast 5G network. And right now, get your choice of free phone. That's customer inspired. That's C Spire.
Welcome to my photography studio downtown Tupelo. Everybody needs a headshot, especially if you're in the professional world, in sales, any sort of customer related business, outreach business, anything like that. Everybody needs a headshot. Here at my photography studio in Tupelo, we do a lot more than just headshots, but we're kind of focusing on headshots for that very reason, because everybody needs it. Let me show you a little something about it. One thing I'm able to do here is sort of have 2 to 3 different looks in a small space that we can do in a short amount of time. Several different looks and styles of lighting with studio equipment, studio lighting. Some with flash and a particular look that I've worked on, a constant lighting scenario where you sit down, the lights are already on, you lean in, and we kind of illuminate the whole face. And we get several options in the studio in a short amount of time. Here's 2 priorities for me when I shoot headshots. One is it has to look like you. Okay, none of this fake stuff. The other goal is it's got to look like you at your best. And that's my job as a photographer. And I've got a lot of experience over the years, and I feel really confident I can do that for you. I would love to schedule a session for you here at the studio in downtown Tupelo. I'm above the Reed's Gift Shop, just off of Troy Street, the corner of Troy and Spring. If you can't get to Tupelo, that's okay. Let's talk about it, because we can pack the studio up and come to you if the schedules fit and that sort of thing. I'd love to help you with your headshots. I think everybody needs them. I'm inviting you to please email me, reach out. You can go to my website, mattwyattmedia.com, email address matt@mattwyattmedia.com, and let's talk about your headshot. Farm Bureau Insurance in Mississippi, local agents in all 82 counties. So here's what that means. You have that fender bender. Hopefully you don't, but let's say you do at an odd time. Something goes on. It's Saturday night at 11 p.m. You don't have to wait until Monday morning to call some 800 number and talk to someone 3 states away. You've got your agent's phone number right there on your phone because you go to church with him. Your kids go to school together. He lives right down the road. You see each other at the ball games on Friday night.
And worldwide at thezone1059.com.
Hello. I'm back with you. Sven was letting us know over here on YouTube that it's 7 degrees Fahrenheit in Berlin today, where he is. I don't want any part of that. Oh, by the way, 7 degrees and 1.5 feet of snow. 1.5 feet of snow. And in regards to the appeal of Ole Miss's quarterback getting turned down initially by the NCAA, and now we're going to the lawsuit stage, Sven said he lost his case because he can't prove it. He says, by the way, how old is he? 40? Must be year 14 or 15 for him. Now, I was thinking maybe you're going into year 6, but, the lawsuit thing probably worked. Like the NCAA generally didn't have much to stand on. And, why are they filing it in state court? Because you can probably get a more favorable response in your home state where Ole Miss is. I would think that's probably the thinking behind that. On the Country Pleasin' text line, Country Pleasin' sausage on grocery store shelves all around the Southeast, made right here in Mississippi, in Florence at Country Meat Packers on Highway 49. Ronnie texted and said, Happy New Year's, Matt. And he's listening in Miami, Florida. Nice and warm there, Ronnie, in Miami. You need any sunscreen on the 12th of January? I'd love to know. John in Rolling Fork texted and said, you just jinxed it. Speaking of snow, probably going to have 3 to 4 inches at Duty Noble opening day. I shouldn't have said that, should I? I think I jinxed it. Made fun. We'll have some at some point, I bet. Be like what? First weekend in March, we'll get a little dusting of snow. We've seen that before, too. Denzel texts and says, when a 44-year-old Phillip Rivers, who'd been out of the league for 5 years, puts up more yards, points, and is better on third down versus the 49ers than the Eagles did yesterday, you have major issues. Yeah. I mean, how many drop balls? You can talk about the issues with Hurts, but they had protection issues. But how many drop balls, too? You had at least 4 that I can think of, and a couple of 3 of those, 2 different guys in the second half. You put it right on them, just don't catch the ball. They're worried about getting hit or something. I don't know. Now, the wind, it was a factor, but it wasn't a factor on Christian McCaffrey catching that ball Willie Mays style in the end zone over his head in the fourth quarter, was it? Just saying. More Bully has graced us with his presence on the Country Pleasin' text line. He says 2 Niners in socked feet are walking through a room in a training facility that has carpet. They pass each other and get that static shock. They both fall and tear their ACLs. What? Is that the, are you writing the Saturday Night Live script? Is that what that is? Look at there. Denver last week and Denver today. Yeah, it's all melted today. A little bit still laying around, but then last week it was beautiful, covered in snow. Like when Ralphie went to school. Johnny Reb texts the show and says objective age or birth dates are different than eligibility rules. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Got it. So in the Little League reference, yeah. Objective age and birth dates are different than eligibility rules. Yeah. Right. Because we know exactly how old you are if we know when you were born. Right. And we're saying. But I guess also, Johnny Reb, to my point, couldn't it be challenged to whatever end? But I'm not saying like it's a guaranteed win or a guaranteed loss, but I'm saying if there's a wealthy family who decided to sue some league over, they got a kid who's turning 14, maybe he misses the deadline. You see what I mean? Like you say birthdays. And in the 12 and 13-year-old league, I don't know what age is. Let's just say it's 12 and 13. He rode the bench as a 12-year-old. And they're arguing, well, he misses it here close. And sure, you've drawn a line, but he rode the bench that year. That ain't fair. I'm sue you pants off. I mean, it could. There's no guaranteed win or loss. And then it takes, what does it take? And then it takes, I guess, a court, if this hypothetical were to do that, it takes a court to go, no, this league has the right legally to draw some eligibility lines here and stick to them. See what I mean? So then what's the NCAA doing in this case? What does it take for, can somebody look at the NCAA, a court, look at the NCAA and go, okay, they have the right to draw these eligibility guidelines and stick to them. Then what does it take for that court to go, no, 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 nay, nay, nay. You can't tell a kid who's got 2 degrees or even 1. He's on his 2nd or 3rd school. He's never been hurt. He's already played 5 years. I'm the judge. You can't tell him not to play another year. If he wants to go to grad school, if he wants to now start medical school, he can play every year he's at your school, going to school. I'm saying, what does it take to get that? Because then think about the precedent there, Johnny Reb. If a judge somewhere were to go, all right, new precedent. Here's how I'm ruling. This school over here has a medical school. That means, like in Tommy Boy, like they said in Tommy Boy, lots of people go to college for 7 years. And he said, yeah, I know. They're called doctors. Well, you got a medical school. If he's going to school, he's in school. He's just going to medical school. That takes 7, 8, 9 years. Then if he's in school, he can play for you. I don't care how old he is. That's the new eligibility rule. Then guess what? Then we will finally get to a point where we will draw a separating line and the Super League will break off from everybody else. And that Super League will be schools that have medical schools and maybe even law schools or some type of graduate school that it takes 8 years to get through, because then we can stick our athletes in it. We can pass them. Who cares if they actually know the curriculum? We'll just give them A's so that they can keep playing football. And you think Indiana's got an old football team this year? Wait till you see us in about 8 years from now. We're going to have a team of 30 years old across the board. I'm going to have a whole team full of guys they're halfway to retirement. We got 401ks that are built up. Then we got a real mess. And you might as well laugh at it, Johnny Reb. And I promise you this. We start going down that path, you'll be laughing at it by yourself, because you won't be laughing at it with me. I'll be hunting and fishing somewhere. And as far, between my ears, none of it will exist. That'll be if we go that route, that's the approach I'll take. Jason in Flagstaff. He says, got to be careful with these anti-tech conspiracies. They'll tell you everything around the corner is killing you and sell you a bunch of anti-5G, microwave, etc. hats, and you'll be looking like a weird AI video. And they give you a tinfoil hat if you don't make your own. Yeah. Oh, and let me tell you what else. Now this is not a conspiracy theory either. Have you noticed? Okay, I wouldn't have seen it otherwise if I hadn't gotten a text message from a friend of mine. He's like, hey, check this out. And maybe there's more than 2 that have done it, but there are a couple of schools out there that from the athletics social media accounts are promoting the fact that players can come to their school and pay no income tax on it in those states. One was Florida, and one was, I think, Memphis, like in Tennessee. I didn't even know Tennessee was that way. But I think that's the way it is in Tennessee, because it was Memphis. Saying, hey, just letting you know, if you're in the transfer portal, just a heads up, if we give you $100,000 here at UCF, that $100,000 is yours. Not a dime of it goes to pay, taxes in this state. Of course, I guess you got federal, no state tax. You keep that money. Mark my words. Remember that I told you on January the 12th, every state in the union is about to try to figure out a way for athletes not to have to pay taxes on NIL money. Just remember I told you. Back after this.
Is your yard missing that finishing touch? Pine Straw America.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Yeah.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Well, look at what we have here. Christmas come early. Boom. Little green onion country pleasing. That's not all. Little original smoked sausage flavor. That's not all. Jalapeno and cheddar. It has to be one of my favorite, just judging by how much of that stuff I eat. Oh, can't forget. Andouille. Don't be saying andouille, it's andouille. And last, but not least, pork and pineapple, bun size, 3 links bun size. Look at that right there. Be careful. Come on with it. It's mine. Come here, jalapeno. Oh, that's all mine. Country pleasing sausage.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Welcome to my photography studio downtown Tupelo. Everybody needs a headshot, especially if you're in the professional world, in sales, any sort of customer related business, outreach business, anything like that. Everybody needs a headshot. Here at my photography studio in Tupelo, we do a lot more than just headshots, but we're kind of focusing on headshots for that very reason, because everybody needs it. Let me show you a little something about it. One thing I'm able to do here is sort of have 2 to 3 different looks in a small space that we can do in a short amount of time. Several different looks and styles of lighting with studio equipment, studio lighting. Some with flash, and a particular look that I've worked on, a constant lighting scenario where you sit down, the lights are already on, you lean in, and we kind of illuminate the whole face. And we get several options in the studio in a short amount of time. Here's 2 priorities for me when I shoot headshots. One is it has to look like you. Okay, none of this fake stuff. The other goal is it's got to look like you at your best. And that's my job as a photographer. And I've got a lot of experience over the years, and I feel really confident I can do that for you. I would love to schedule a session for you here at the studio in downtown Tupelo. I'm above the Reed's Gift Shop, just off of Troy Street, the corner of Troy and Spring. If you can't get to Tupelo, that's okay. Let's talk about it, because we can pack the studio up and come to you if the schedules fit and that sort of thing. I'd love to help you with your headshots. I think everybody needs them. I'm inviting you to please email me, reach out. You can go to my website, mattwyattmedia.com, email address matt@mattwyattmedia.com, and let's talk about your headshot.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Farm Bureau Insurance in Mississippi. Local agents in all 82 counties. So here's what that means. You have that fender bender, hopefully you don't, but let's say you do at an odd time. Something goes on. It's Saturday night at 11 p.m. You don't have to wait until Monday morning to call some 800 number and talk to someone 3 states away. You've got your agent's phone number right there on your phone.
He's got a menu full on the Zone 1059 and worldwide at the Zone1059.com.
Back with you. Elizabeth out there in Texas, she's on Team Williams on YouTube, says, yeah, my friends here in Texas have had to cancel their ski trips because there's not enough snow to cover the ski runs. It's some part of Colorado. I mean, doggone, isn't that just, I mean, bless their hearts, can't go skiing. I mean, of all the things that can go wrong in life, about the worst. I can't go on my ski trip. I'm just kidding. Yeah, no, I mean, it just goes to show you. Today is a very significant day in the history books, in the pop culture reference books. This is a big day for people like Beaver. I think I'm in that number too. It's a big day, and I'm not even sure Beaver knows. This is a big day to celebrate right here. But here it is. On this day, January the 12th, all the way back in 1997, January 12th, 1997, aired the very first episode on TV of That's right. Hank and the Hills, King of the Hill, first one, this day, 1997. How many years ago was that? Is that 29 years? Good heavens. That's a long time. First one ever. They've gone through a lot of changes. Even made a comeback. I didn't see it. I need to see it. Also, let's see. 6 years before that, on this day in 1991, the Superfans debuted on Saturday Night Live. Number one fans of the Chicago Bears sketch. It debuted on this day in 91. How about that? How about that? As Mel Allen used to say, on This Week in Baseball. Again, that's another oldie but goodie reference. All right, over to the phone, the Junction phone, fueled by Prince Oil Company. You pull up to the pump, fuel in your tank. Go inside, a little fuel in your belly. From the Junction Deli. On line one, it's Brando. Brando, thanks for calling. What's up?
Hey, man, I just sat through 2 breaks. Happy New Year. If you would if you tell Jason from Flagstaff, Arizona, stop texting, you could answer more calls.
Hey, I really, honestly, it wasn't that I knew I was having you hang on. I just don't think I realized you were there. I must have missed it. Hey, but really, did you really stay hanging on that long?
No, just through one, half a segment and one break. But just tell Jason to ease up just a little bit, man. Just a little bit there. Hey, 2 things real quick, Matt. I think this Indiana team compares to 2019 LSU. Do you?
I mean, yeah, there's some similarities for sure. I mean, Heisman quarterback and everything. I still think probably what we're going to do, Brando, something in my gut tells me we'll look up in 5 or 6 years from now realizing that LSU team was probably overall more talented because of the receiver position and some of it. But it's close.
I definitely think that.
Yeah, it's close though.
But it does remind me, just it seems like everybody else is playing checkers and they're playing chess.
Yeah.
Hey, one other thing, have you been seeing these videos and pictures of Spaghetti's face just staring at the camera?
Yeah, I have.
All right, work with me here just a second, and when you get off air or whatever, have B pull it up. It's almost it's a boring look, staring straight at the camera. And you know when Dwight Schrute thought he was smarter than somebody and would go over to the camera and just look? He wouldn't smile, he just stared at it. If you pull Dwight Schrute up, it says Dwight Schrute is coaching that team. Look it up and tell me I'm wrong.
All right. I'll look it up.
Have a good day.
You too. I can see that. A few times. You know, Beaver, I'm specifically thinking in my head about when, oh gosh, I don't even remember exactly which episode it was, but they were trying to prank each other. And Jim gets on the phone and intentionally says out loud his credit card number and code on the back. And Dwight, he's doing it on purpose to set him up. And Dwight takes the credit card number and then he writes it down. And as soon as he hears the code, he kind of turns and looks at the camera. I'm specifically thinking of that one. Yeah, I can see it a little bit. You know, but I also think, okay, I have to be careful how I make this reference right here because someone, as has been known to happen, will hear this and will hear what they want to hear instead of hearing what I'm actually saying. I am in no way making a comparison between myself and Curt Cignetti in terms of intelligence or anything else. Strictly an emotional thing that maybe comes with age. This is what I'm going to say. I don't know how old Curt Cignetti is. Okay. But there are some people out there that can be in the middle of a huge emotional uproar of some kind, including maybe a very emotional up and down ball game. You could be playing in a game or coaching in it. And there are some personality types that just don't get caught up in all the roller coaster of emotions and show it and outwardly show it all the time. You know, what I'm saying is I've made the reference to you that, you know, I was even kind of this way as a player, is I could witness all the emotion and sort of understand it, but I wasn't a big celebrator and I wasn't a big emotional up or down. I didn't like get mad and scream and yell or get really happy and jump up and down. It's just kind of like you're just kind of here. You're just taking it all in, doing your job. Now I can watch a game. Now it never occurs to me ever when watching a game to go outburst. And I think there are some personality types, and he maybe is that kind of personality type also. He's older, been around it forever, super cerebral, always thinking about the next thing, on top of going into these games, Brando, where the coaches and the players, they watch film. The film generally tells them all they need to know going into a game. In spite of what they say in press conferences, generally by the time the games roll around, the coaches know if they got a chance to win it or not, regardless of what they say. And when he's watching a film, he's got a whole team full of, you know, old guys, and it's telling him, we're fixing it. There's nothing they can do to stop us. And that's going to also take a little bit of that emotional edge off, because your expectation is what's happening. It's happening right in front of you. You already kind of expected that. You see what I mean? I think that's probably a lot of what you have in trying to manage things. Different personalities, different. You could compare it to like a Saban when he was coaching. It's like he never you almost never saw him joyfully celebrate. Now, you did see him lose it angrily, but he was either flatlined or really ticked off and screaming and yelling. But it never went the other way, and it was a joyful outburst. You see what I mean? All these different personality types across the spectrum, and he just may be one of those that in any role he can be in the middle of a ball game, and you're just not ever going to see a whole lot of animation at all. Except, occasionally wanting to talk to the referees, something like that. That's kind of the way I read it whenever you see him. What do y'all think? I know this. That's it. Hour 2 has wrapped up. Monday show is in the books. We will put the ball down, line up again tomorrow, and do it again. Same time, same place. Looking forward to it. For Beaver, I'm Matt. All of us here on the show. Thanks to C Spire for keeping us connected. We'll see you in the Farm Bureau studio tomorrow. See you then. See ya.